gentlemen, welcome to the era of agentic AI and AI productivity. I think actually we're not talking about exactly the same because now we got a very good overview about the strategy, and I will talk a little bit about how to orchestrate and maybe a little bit of some technical details. Last year when we spoke, not in this nice building but in a quite smaller one, so congrats to Timea by the way to making this happen, we talked about sovereign AI, right? And we were quite successful with this, right? Many sovereign AI platforms in Switzerland. I mean, we have CSCS, we have Swisscom, we have built sovereign AI platforms for the public sector with Abraxas or for the cantonal banks with Inventix. And the platforms are here, right? The public clouds are also calling, they call it sovereign, but okay. And so the AI is here, the models are here, but now the question is on us, what do we want to achieve with this? And from my perspective, we need to put AI to work for us. Quick question, which of your companies has already started adopting or at least testing some sort of AI agents? Thanks for validating our research. 85% of companies have already started exploring this a little bit. Not meaning operational, not meaning that it's working well, not meaning that there is ROI, but at least people are curious and they've understood that they need to make this work. And 50% of these people said that they will bring this into production into the next month. So there is a little bit of work for us to do. Because we want to do this in each part of our business, right? This might be sales, this might be procurement, this might be HR. We will have assistants, we will have agents working in the background, and there is a lot of things to do. And ideally, these are not, island solutions, how we would say in German, but these are solutions which work together as systems of intelligence. How did we come to systems of intelligence? There was quite a road, and you probably all know this better than me. I just joined the game later, I just came when I was here. But we started first of all with systems of record, right? This is your CRM, this is your database, this is your ERP. And we started then using systems of engagements, right? The UBS examples, we had then apps, we had websites, we could access this data not just by using SQL. The next thing, like then I guess in the 2010s, was then the area of insights, analytics, machine learning, data science, where we started building nice dashboards, building some machine learning models to visualize and understand what's happening in these systems. And what we are now building together is systems of intelligence. And they should not just be intelligent, but also act intelligently for us. What is the impact of such an intelligent system? And we had it today also with the workshop, but for all of you who have not been part of the workshop, we at IBM completely transformed how we are productive within IBM because we were not. And now we are on track, or at least this is what the strategy is, to become the most productive company on the world. We had 3,000 applications within IBM. Different countries had different HR systems, everybody had their own tools for project management. The consultants already do what they want, techies use the environments which they want to develop, and we cut this down to, I think now, 500. And this is really American change management. This is not like, hey, let's discuss, but this is, until the end of the year, this tool is not renewed, get your data somewhere else. So this was the hard way of the change management. And we also use the same method, to be honest, also in AI, because when I try now to, for example, book vacation, I logged in into SAP SuccessFactors, it was Workday before, and it tells me you cannot book it in here, you have to go to Ask HR and use the chat. So first insight from my perspective would be we have to force sometimes users to adopt a new technology to make it work. But what would be the results is 94% of HR requests are now handled by AI. And so, it decreased our HR operating budget by 40%. Did people lose their job? Yes. Were they trained before to do something else? Yes. Did they get offered new roles? Yes. But also some said, no, I will not do something with AI, or I want to stay in HR and answer tickets. Then I'm sorry, but then we have to depart. But this, to be honest, this does not lead to IBM having less employees than before, because now we have actually more than when we did this, because we have now much more people who are doing value-added work. And Markus also said it in the workshop, We have now an increase in HR of 2 levels in terms of seniority, which means that these people are now much more focused on developing talent, on having nice but also hard conversations. And for example, we just launched again management development centers, so young employees, now have the opportunity to actually learn and not just handle some HR tickets. The second thing, for example, in sales, I will show you both the HR and the sales use case. Much less interaction with Salesforce, which probably all of our salespeople here would love. And 70% increases when we look at, for example, in procurement, right? Early warning when a contract is there to be renewed, helping on negotiating, helping on reviewing contracts and see if there is some risky language. So we do that with Watson X. This is our brand. I mean, you maybe know Watson, right? You maybe heard of it a couple of years ago, but this is our brand on everything what we've done with AI for the last 60 years. And Orchestrate is here to orchestrate all your AI agents. So we first start with the level of interaction, right? And we need to be where the user already is. This might be in teams, right? Because when each of the solution providers, because you will have, you will create your own agents, but all of the software which you have, be that your CRM, your ERP and so on, they will start selling you also their agents. So in the end of the day, we don't want to end up with 50 interfaces again, but we need to orchestrate it into one smart agentic orchestration, which for example lives in your teams where you already collaborate with your coworkers, and there you can collaborate with AI instead of going into all these tools, because this is where you already lose time. That might be also the intranet, and then for our customers, that can be phone, that can be in the app, that can be in the browser, that can be also via voice. And now that's also working better than before with Swiss German, but also native integrations like WhatsApp and Messenger, right? And each question which I might have internally, I'm putting now into Ask IBM. And Ask IBM will then route to the relevant agent, and that might be a procurement agent, a sales agent, an HR agent, and so on. This is monitored then on top of compliance and governance, and it can run on any cloud and on your own premises air-gapped, which is also nice for regulated industries. You can connect 1,800 pre-built skills. You can build your custom tools and use your automations which you have built, and you can leverage the best models which you are already using to make this happen. Quick videos, this is the catalog of the agents. Maybe we can just click on it. So there you will see, hey, for my existing tools which I already have, I can connect with the sales one which is pre-built, with the procurement one which is pre-built, and so on. So this just makes it much quicker for you to adopt, and so you don't need to think about the whole architecture. The next thing is then the area of sales. Yes, so I as a seller, I came back from vacation, so now my question is, how can I sell AI? What are our current sales plays? All of your companies have sales, and you want to make more revenue, so we need to make the sellers more productive. So these are our sales plays. Okay, very good. So I should go to my customer and tell them they should be more productive, all right. And he knows that I am a seller in the energy industry, perfect. So it goes into researching, first of all, the latest trends, right? Because I need a reason to call my client, otherwise, they're already a little bit on the nerves, but I need something which is interesting for them, so I can call them, okay? And then I can check, for example, for the news articles maybe, which are specifically to the topic which I want to position. And here we see then some of the latest articles, and then the question is, okay, how do I make this relevant for my specific client? So then I can ask again the AI, who are my current energy industries, because guess what, also for me, every year the clients change, which I'm covering, so I can explore also the clients which might be relevant for the specific topic. And then also see what context do we already have in the CRM, for example, who I can contact and who have already opted in and getting emails from me. And then I can ask the AI to, all right, looks good, let's generate some outreach email. And it's doing that for me. I now want to write specifically to Emily. It's writing it, maybe it's good, maybe I can edit it. And then I do not need to copy and paste it because this would be unproductive, but this is also in the background connected to my Outlook account, and it will send the email for me. Yeah, and this is how we save, again, roughly 25% of time. We have the same thing for HR. I'm just unsure of time and I don't want to stand between you and the meal. So I'm coming to a conclusion. And again, all types of agents which you would like to see, we can make it happen and show it to you. But ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to put AI to work together, and we are happy to support you on that journey. And if you would like to test it out, then let me know.